Mark, is there a doctor about? I've cut my finger.
Let me see. Keep warm, plenty of fluids, don't put where you shouldn't.
Hello, welcome to Friday's AT show. Are you feeling ready for the weekend? Yeah! Good, just kick back, get everything ready for a jam-packed hour of celebrities, makeover magic and a sprinkling of Friday fun. First, he used to be a man behaving badly, but now he's a doctor behaving badly, but we love him. Please welcome Martin Clunes. Still hurting, actually. I'll see you later. He's the man who created one of the most popular TV dramas of recent years, with no less than 9 Emmys to his name. I'll say he'll be collecting even more awards for his latest film, Romeo and Juliet. Please welcome Downton Abbey's creator, Julian Fellowes. With your very own music. Well, she's back with her own style of frank advice. It's our very own Queen of Agony, Colleen Nolan. What's your problem today, Colleen?
Oh, well, a couple of problems today. Overspending and debt and how to deal with it, and also how to end the relationship.
Some of us have a job beginning one. As the dark and cold nights start to close in, what can you do in your garden to encourage wildlife to thrive? Here, exploring autumn wildlife, please welcome naturalist Stephen Moss. A brisk walk. And we have a hot topic in our daily ding-dong. Should charity fundraisers be banned from the high street? Well, they've been branded chuggers in the media, which is short for charity muggers, but is that a fair way to describe people raising money for good causes? That's later. Now, do you all remember this classic musical?
The groom's waiting at the altar, here comes the bride. They're each promising to love and obey.
7 brides for 7 brothers.
Magic here performing today. Please welcome the cast from the all-singing and dancing musical led by Sam Atwater. 7 Brides for 7 Brothers. 1, 2. Time now for some AT fun and games, I hope, with Martin Clunes. As Doc Martin, we thought we'd see how many Doctor punchlines Martin could guess. I have to tell you, I'm not remotely optimistic, but we'll go there. OK? Right. This is very unwise. Doctor, I think I'm a bell.
Shut up, get out.
Take these. If it doesn't help, give me a ring.
The delivery.
Shall I stop now? Doctor, I swallowed a bone.
Are you choking?
No, I really did.
This wishy on the
Doctor, will this ointment... Who needs the longer arm? Doctor, will this ointment clear up my spots?
I'm not sure. I never make rash promises.
Doctor, I'm becoming invisible.
Yes, I can see you're not all there.
Doctor, I think I'm a bridge.
Well, what's come over you?
Oh, 2 cars, a large truck and a coach.
Ba-boom! We'll never stop.
No, we'll never stop. We'll never eat. Do you know, I do love people who come on this programme who are good sports. Martin Clunes starting. Welcome, Martin Clunes. Oh, dear. He's normally so calm, Martin, so impassive. Clearly, this is all rather got to him.
It's quite dramatic, these next 2 episodes. I'm a little bit upset. It just gets worse and worse. Life piles up on top of him, the blood phobia comes back, and then Mum, you know, Claire Bloom.
Well, and your auntie, Eileen Atkins, you know,
Dame
we've got
Eileen
you, Dame
Atkins.
Eileen
Yes.
Atkins, and now we have Claire Bloom. We're working with these giants.
Acting
of the-
royalty, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're clearly very happy and very keen to join a cast like this. I suppose in that respect, it's a bit like Midsummer Murders. It's a starry cast every time you come around, really.
I guess so, yeah. People do seem to like, you know, working on this show. I'm sure it's to do with being in Port Isaac. Of course it's to do with being in Port Isaac. But, you know, our crew, about 70% come back time and time
Wonderful.
again. Yeah.
How long's your chunk down there? I mean, you virtually live in Port Isaac, which plays Port Wen, presumably, for part of the
about
summer.
4.5 months.
A long time.
Yeah.
But you were laid low this year, which
Yes,
is...
I was.
What happened?
I don't know. I took enormous measures because if you're shooting for 4.5 months, you can end up just standing around for 4.5 months. So I always sort of take measures to get fit. I lost a bit of weight and everything, and taking my vitamins every day. And then I just got laid low with a viral infection. That I was changing clothes. I was putting clothes on to go to bed in order to change them 3 times.
So really
Sweating. I
nasty.
wasn't wetting the bed, you understand? That's behind me.
Or beneath you, one
Or
or the
beneath
other.
me, as well, yes.
But we were used to you in comedy, and now it's a comedy drama. Yes,
Yeah.
it is. But in a way, you're the straight guy in this. The series. You
suppose
still
so.
worry me when you're terribly, terribly impassive and you know,
Yeah.
dysfunctional with your patients.
I suppose so. I like it. I mean, I do quite, you know, I quite like switching on that. You know, and just sort of being dead to people.
Well, I'm going to say, can it allow you to get it out of your system, get the nastiness, which isn't there, really?
Yes, no, because I can't even be firm with people in real life. You know, I wish I could be that steely sometimes.
Why do you think people have cottoned on to it? Because you're in Series 8 now, which, you know...
Are we 6?
6? Close?
Is it? I don't know.
Well, I was being
Episode-
optimistic,
8
you know.
episodes.
Forward thinking. 8 episodes. 6,
8 episodes, yeah.
6.
I really don't know. We'd take a lot of... We're at great pains to get the scripts right.
Well, your other half produces it. This is obviously a family thing. Therefore, you both have a kind of ethos about this show, what it does and what it should do and shouldn't do.
Yes, it's all about tone, I think. You know, and writers we always encourage new people to come on each year, and they never go flop. There's a Doc Martin script. It always needs to be dismantled in one way, because it's quite hard to... The premise is you've got a man who nobody likes and he doesn't like anybody else. It's quite hard to run with that.
You've got to make him likeable to the viewer. That's quite tough, isn't it?
So, well, yes, I think it's about vulnerability, because he is vulnerable. He's a mess.
But then it seems to me that village is full of them.
Well,
you know, we've
kind
got Bert Large, who, as we saw, got engaged, you know, recently. So
Yes,
that's
yes.
all right. And then there's the policeman. Well, I mean,
Well,
honestly.
yes. So the idea was that I was, yes, the biggest mess, but they've all caught me up.
You do seem to intersperse the drama with your natural history stuff. We see wonderful programme on horses. I started looking at horsepower. That was wonderful. You're now going to Kenya for various bits. What's happening in Kenya?
That's been going on for about 3 years, that one. We were going backwards and forwards. I don't know if you ever anybody ever saw that YouTube clip of a lion being reunited with the 2 English people who... Harrods used to sell lions,
Yes.
the idiots. And these people, you know, you can forgive them, it was the 60s or 70s or something, they bought these lions. Luckily for them, beautiful Bill Travis, who played George Adamson in the film of Born Free, came across them. And this lion was growing out of their antique shop in Chelsea. And so he, because he knew George, got on to George, who said, yes, I'll take it. And then eventually, they made a lovely film called Christian the Lion. But all because of Bill's involvement, this lion got taken and rehabbed by George Adamson, because that's what he was doing. And we wanted... My friend Tony Fitzjohn, who I've met through making these things, used to work with George. And that so captured people's imagination, that idea of an animal... remembering, a wild animal remembering, you know, a human, and I think it does to us all. It's fascinating when an animal bonds,
Connection,
even a
yeah.
sheepdog, yes. Like that. So I thought, well, let's try and tell that story, and sort of realise that it was the story of animal conservation, because until the Adamsons started doing things like that and raising that awareness, and then that was carried on by Virginia McKenna and Bill Travis, that awareness sort of exploded around the world, and so animals conservation was born. But it's different now. There's no free left, I don't think. You can't really set things free.
They've got to be in reserves.
They sort of have, because people do unspeakable things to them.
Are we going to see the results of your trips out there then?
You
at some
are.
point?
This was the last one we went out this year, and I got to go to where Elsa. You remember Elsa the lion in Born Free? Well, I went with Virginia McKenna, and we were at Elsa's grave. So there was a huge lump in my throat, but it was lovely for her to go back and to interview her and talk to her about it. And I think that's coming out in the new year.
Lovely.
Sometime.
In the meantime, you'll keep dispensing things on, refusing to dispense things.
Yes.
To the people in Port West. As you see fit, and generally not.
Yes.
Julian, ever thought of doing a medical drama? Does that ever appeal?
Well, I live for casualty, so I think I probably could. I love trying to guess what the accident's going to be. You see the ladder wobbling and you see the electrical wire jiggling and you try to guess which one's going to get them. So I think I would love that.
I'd love to see something coming out of this programme, either you appearing in Downton Abbey, Martin, or Julian doing
We're neighbours.
Are you neighbours?
We're neighbours. My Jackawawa got a rosette at Julian's Dactions show.
Very pleased to know.
New institution.
Very pleased to know that your Jackawawa is alive and well. And my thanks, and so he doesn't have to change his pyjamas 3 times a night. My thanks to Martin Clunes.
James' lack of understanding of the issue. Most of the teams of fundraisers who are out on the street at the moment actually are employed by the charities, by homelessness charities, by disaster relief charities. They are directly employed.
You know as well as I do that you can see the same people promoting different charities from one week to the next. And very sincerely, they do raise money for very good causes, but they're raising it from people who are not giving it for the right reasons.
Colleen, do they irritate you when you're buttonholed in the street?
Yes.
Yep.
I feel guilty saying that, but they do. I've got charities I support, so I don't need them badgering me when I'm shopping.
Martin, when somebody comes up to you with a collecting tin, do you always put something in out of guilt or because you want
I think
help?
you're talking utter rubbish, making such huge assumptions that you really can't back up. And if you're embarrassed by being asked or pressured by being asked if you're generous or not, then don't go out, you pussy.
Well, there's a first. That's not very charitable.
Do your arguing this way.
Well, I won't repeat that language, but I will remind you what Jesus said, which is that when you are being charitable, your left hand should not know what your right hand is doing. So you can use whatever foul language you please. The bottom line is that charity is a private matter between you, your conscience, and your understanding of the world. It's not something you should be hit round the head with outside Marks and Spencer's.
And on that